Hello, how you all doing? Welcome to this third video in the CodeIgniter tutorial series. Now, to carry on with these tutorials, you will need a copy of CodeIgniter installed somewhere. You'll need a copy of an FTP client installed. You'll need a text editor of some description. It would be handy if you've seen these two videos before, but if you haven't, we'll crack on then and just start building stuff. And first things first, we'll get rid of the index.php. Right, so you want to go into application, config, and config.php. And if we come down to line 38 and take index.php straight out of here, save that file. You want to create yourself a htaccess file in your root. Right click, create file, .htaccess, and then this is what you'll need in here. Now this top rule sorts out the security certificate for the site, so it forces anyone who comes onto the site onto the HTTPS. Right? This next rewrite rule sorts out our index.php and removes that from our line. The third one is just for our 404. So if you've got that in your htaccess file, you have index removed from your config.php, you've got both of them saved back up to the server again. You should be able to refresh your site and have no more index.php. So that's one thing sorted. Now, seeing as we will be using the sessions, we will need a table in our database. So you want to create another table and you want to give it these details here. An ID with the primary key, varchar, you can see all these details here. You can get these information even more if you come into the user guide of CodeIgniter and look for the sessions information, and that will tell you exactly what you need to do this. I will also be uploading source code that will give you this SQL file, and you'll be able to create this database yourself just by importing a file. So if you have that extra table in your database, we're sorted. Now to use these sessions, there are things we need to do in a config file. So here in line 327, you want to add in your own encryption key. If you've got your encryption key, and then you come down here to 380 and tell it that your driver is the database, session cookie name, and tell it what the name of your database is. Now the database we created is called CI sessions, which is this database here, CI sessions. So this is where the information will be held for all our sessions. So if you have that sorted, then you come down to line 403 and stick in a prefix just so the cookies don't get confused with any other cookies on the same domain. And you want to give it an overall domain path. So if you've got that sorted and saved, you have our sessions sorted. Next job, in order for us to log into your site, we will need an admin table. So if we have a wee quick look at this, what we'll have is a table called admin with 5 fields in it. First one, ID, with the primary key and auto incrementing. Second one will be the first name, varchar 25. Next one, last name, varchar at 25 as well. Email, varchar 60 for longer. Password, varchar 60 as well. Now we can add in an extra, and I'll show you how to do this. It's already here, but I'll insert and show you again. For example, if it would be two, it would be this. But I'll quickly write this one again, right? Now with this, the only thing you really need to do, once you've got your values here, you'll be doing 1, because it will be the very first entry. On your password, you need to ensure that you click this here and select MD5. That will then turn your password into an MD5 password. So once you've done that, your password will then be stored in your database in an encrypted form. So if you have your database made, you have your first entry in there, we can start building the pages. application config, and we need to open our root. So into roots PHP, view edit, and right at the very bottom of this file we want to add in these three here. So root login, which is login obviously. This one, root login function check user, will send us to the login page and a function called check user. And this bottom one here will be our logout function. So this will tell our CodeIgniter exactly what roots to use in our login system. Now if we have that saved, we can start building our files. So if we go into controllers and create a login.php controller, right, what we have in our controller is our call for our admin model. We have our index that builds our page for our login script. We have our check user function, which will call the admin model and check the first name against the first name in the database. If it's all correct and right, it will send us on to a dash, which we haven't made yet. If we aren't logged in and it doesn't know who we were just now, it will send us to the main page. Right. Third function we have is a logout function. Now if we look at our admin model, this is just one function that checks the database and checks the first name against the first name, checks the password against the password, and then pulls that information back. So if this function then finds something in the database, we will be set as logged in. Right, if we look at login form, we've got a basic div here, we have some text, we have the connection to our login form, login check user, we have our first name, we have a password and a button. So if we have all those saved, we can now give this a check. Here we are, we've logged in and we have a page we haven't built yet. Now we have a login system that works. We need to build a dashboard. So what we need to do is into FileZilla, application, controllers, and we need to create a directory called BE, backend. If we go into backend and create a new file called capitalized dash, the reason why it's capitalized is because it's a controller and not a view. And if we open this page, right, if we open this dash .php, what we want here is a no direct access class dash extends CI controller, a public function construct with is logged in, which will check if we are logged in, which will be this function here. So if we're not logged in, it will redirect us to the login page. See that? But if we are logged in, we will get to view our index. So if we save this here, and if we go into our applications, views, default, what we'll do here is create another directory for our backend. Create a file called dash lowercase, and just now we can leave that blank, but now we've got that, we'll go and check this page and see if it exists. And we have forgotten our ending curly bracket. Ah, of course, we've made a mistake again. Righty, forgot to do one wee thing. We'll put this in. equals default but our dash isn't in theme, it's in backend, so leave that like that and save this and upload that to the server. Put that in the wrong place. There we go, we have no content, so the footer's shot itself straight up. But we have a page now that works. We have a login system that works. So what have we done so far? We've built a login controller which creates a login page. We've created the login form, and we've created a database connection and check, and we've also created a dashboard that we can start building a back end in. So far we have a page on the front end that collects information from the database, we have a login system and a page to begin our back end. So join me next time and we'll start building the back end and the rest of the front end, and we'll start really cracking in and making this a proper content management system.